Hey guys, this video is to explain the plot diagram that you'll be using to flesh out your story and create the outline of your horror story. So this is just a simple plot diagram, but I will go through and explain what each position should have. So your exposition is the beginning of the story. So here you're going to be giving me a list of the characters, a list of the setting, and you need to make sure that you explain both parts of that. So with the characters, if you have a random person that only pops up once in your story, they are a character that needs to be identified. So you need to make sure that you put their name in this section as well. Then you also have the settings. If your story takes place in one main setting, then you only need to worry about that main setting. But if your characters travel in your story to from one place to another, you need to make sure that you include both of those settings in your exposition. Your exposition also gives you a chance to provide background information that's not shared in the story that you're writing. So if you are starting in the middle of a situation, or it's something that has happened for generations and generations and generations, think Jeepers Creepers, then you need to make sure you explain that before you begin. Rising action. Now, your rising action is all of the events that kind of take place up until the boom of the story. So in your rising action, you also need to make sure that you include the conflict that the main character has to go through. So it can be any type of conflict. Remember, there are 6 types of conflicts. It just has to be an issue between opposing forces. So you need to include that in your rising action, as well as information that will happen before the blow up. Okay. The climax of the story is what I was just talking about, and that is the blow up. So the moment in the story when everything kind of comes to a head and like explodes. Okay. Falling action is the resolution of the conflict. So after you have your blow up, what happens afterwards? How is the conflict resolved? And where are we at now? And then you have your resolution, which is the ending. So this is where you would include your slight cliffhanger if you're using a cliffhanger in this moment. All right, if you have questions about that, feel free to email me. Oh, before I get that, you need to make sure that you bullet point this. While it doesn't have to be paragraphed and fully fleshed out, it should be detailed. So there should be a lot of writing here.